All right. So you want me to do a breakdown here of W, which is Wayfair.com. Actually, today, if I saw this, if I had it on my radar, I definitely would have played it. You see that this is a 2-minute chart. That's what I do all my intraday trades from. It's a 2-minute chart. Usually a 2-day, 2-minute chart. Okay, so this is the previous day, and this is today. So you see the previous couple of days we're stuck in this little channel to an upper lower standard deviation of VWAP, which is the volume weighted average price that most institutions and mutual funds buy around. It's more true nowadays that buyers and institutions or individuals will short or buy on the standard deviation of that VWAP, which is those two lines that are there. You can see them probably a little more clear. Here's a lower deviation, and there's the upper deviation. So once it's opened up today, okay, it opened up below this channel where it was yesterday, which is the first thing. It opened up below the 200-day moving average, which is the pink line, and opened up right there below, well, traded within the first 4 minutes, 2 candles below VWAP. So you know it was going to be a short, pretty much, for 3 strong reasons. One, it broke this channel that it was in. Number 2, it opened up down, never came back and retested. It held the upper deviation, and it's coming down, riding the lower deviation, but never broke VWAP, okay? And it's under all the 920 and 50 moving averages. So then you had this big volume spike coming here, MACD reverse from green to red, and a nice big candle down, still riding down, lower deviation, came back up, tested VWAP, did not break VWAP, so you would reshort a little bit here. VWAP is, let's see where I can get this VWAP at. I'm going to say 88.38 is that white line VWAP. So you would short it around, 88 to 88.30. And it came back down here. Probably covered a little bit. I would have been short here. I definitely would have added here. And then I probably would have covered on this double bottom. Let it ride up the VWAP, let it test it. It failed. Reshort it. And then probably covered here on the triple bottom. Probably around 86. So, when you're talking about 1,000 shares at a time, a point, it's $1,000. 50 cents is $500.
U.S. Navy ship seized.
Hold on.
150 Galavia anti-tank guided missiles after boarding a vessel in the Arabian Sea on Sunday.
This is my new squawk. Anyway, looking to the left is good here. You look to the left, you see what's going on. Now I'm going to go to a daily chart. So look to the left of the daily chart, automatically see support and resistance, right? You always look for support and resistance. This used to be prior support, okay? Once you have prior support, it becomes now, once it breaks that prior support, it becomes resistance. Okay, very important. So once Wayfair came down here, was channeling here at this bottom, you got a nice little volume spike coming in. Okay, you got the 9 and the 20 MA starting to curve up. Still under the 50, but you still have some room here to go for the long side. Okay, but still, it wouldn't. I wouldn't have taken this long. I'll wait to reset for a short. So it rides up the 920 and the 50 MA, and it comes up to this point, right? So you look to the left of this point. There's your prior support, which is now, it tested it, it failed, which is now resistance. So it's a weak stock. Okay, the stock is very weak. When I was talking about this being a short, I can't even believe, I should keep this on my radar. I can't even believe this was $173 not too long ago. So anyway, we're down at $86 right now in change as we speak. The way I look at this right here, let me see what this area is. Point blank is probably going, in my opinion, is probably going to come down and test this low at 78.61. That's my opinion. I told you there are a lot of shorts. Oh, let's back that truck up. Okay, this is why we look at multiple charts. Now we go to the weekly. This is where my longer term holds come into play. Okay, I'm looking at this weekly chart for buys or sells.
One crude unit, one gasoline unit in production at Exxon Baton Rouge, Louisiana refinery, according to sources.
Hold on. This red line right here, this is extremely important. This is your 200 or my 200-day moving average. This usually will act as like a brick wall and will stop any stock from either going above it or behind it. If it breaks the 200-day moving average, you see it's tried. And this is weekly, so each candle is a week worth of trading. It hasn't broken the 200-day moving average. Okay? In my opinion, it has a lot of support around 60.52. Okay? In my opinion only, I'm not licensed anymore, it's just my opinion as a friend. It's going to break this 200-day moving average. It's a very weak stock. It was way overbought, and you got a lot of shorts covering this stock right now. So, my opinion, it's going to break, and it's going to go short down to this prior resistance, or prior support, I should say, prior support. So, that's why I look at the dailies and weeklies. Sometimes I look at the monthlies, but not too much because I don't.
XBIO, Genetic Biosciences getting a pop here, some Twitter mention.
Go back to the daily. That's why it's important to go from daily. I always look at the weekly, then you got your 200. So right now, I'd be careful. I'd wait till it breaks. Okay, before I do any additional shorts.
XBIO, Genetic Biosciences getting a pop here, $1.31.
I don't know if you can hear this guy talking, Special Box. You get a lot of like news while it's happening that affects different stocks and take advantage of it, taking long or short positions. So anyway, back to this like live, like right now, this is actually happening. This is 2-minute chart of Wayfair, W. So right now you see right here at this area, right, 85.74, 85.80, 85.85. This is the current area that it's holding. It's right on the 200-day moving average if you go back to the weekly. So it's holding this area.
Follow up to that, Iran weapon headline, weapons seized were components of Iranian design and manufacture, including 3 Iranian surface-to-air missiles seized by a U.S. Navy ship. WLL, Whiting, price target lowered to $1 at Credit Suisse. That's Whiskey Lima Lima. That's a street low on WLL.
So they just called $1 price target in WLL. I just pulled up WLL. This thing really should just drop right now. So you really should, I'd be short. Right now about 293. And let's just see what happens on WLL. I'm going to leave it up here while we're talking. It does have a lot of support here, but I still would be short. Looks like this news came out probably earlier. Someone knew about it, and you had that big drop there. But I would still take it short and just hold it, because right now, if I would take this short, what's my risk? I'd risk up to 315, which is the high of the day. So I'd probably go a couple pennies behind, above the high, and that would be my stop loss. So I risk 10, 15 cents, hopefully make a buck. You always have to have your risk return straightened out. So as we see here in W, you got your triple bottom. A lot of support at 85.74. If you want to pick some up on the long side for a quick scalp, pick up 500 shares. 1,000 shares, let's just say for math purposes, you picked up 1,000 shares at 85.75. Right now, it's at 86.61. You're almost at $1,000 bucks, right? Not a bad trade for I don't know, a couple minutes. Not bad at all. It should go past this 50 MA and go back and test VWAP, especially being it has that strength back on the weekly chart with the 200 MA. So you can see the volume coming in. The MACD is starting to rise, which is buying interest. If it passes this area, it's going to go back up to VWAP, which then again, I would look to reshort it at VWAP. So anyway, I wish I would have known about this earlier. Thanks for the heads up. But it's still a short to me. Intraday, you got some nice scalps on it. We had a nice short here, and would have probably made a couple grand on that short. And you easily could have made, you know, a grand if you had 1,000 shares on this long side. Just gotta have patience. And I'm still watching this WLL, just waiting for it to drop. It's down at 290. That would have been a fast $300. But like I said, I'm expecting it to come down a lot more than that. But on this recorder, I only have 15 minutes, so I'm going to see how much time I have left. But I kind of want to let it hang out for a couple minutes and see what happens with this WLL. It's 289. So right now, you know, that's a point right there on Wayfair. For $1,000, where you only have 500 shares, you got $500. You know, it's really good money. You look to take your profits around 88 if it gets up there.
IRWD, Ironwood Pharma, getting a spike in volume here. Shares moving higher. IRWD.
IRWD. So he just called out IRWD. I pulled it up. You see the big volume spike right here. You see it took out the high pre-market 1313. Sold off in the morning, which you usually do. Came right back up. Now it's probably going to retest the high and take out the upper deviation. So anyway, I gotta wrap this up. I gotta go pick up Nick. We're at 289 now. I think it was like 293. No big deal. I still expect this to fall more. I would pick up 10,000 shares, being the stock is so low priced. And like I said, you know, risk it up to, you know, 316, 317. But I'm gonna leave this up.
DB, Deutsche Bank.
Out of curiosity.
Bank, January 2022, $15 call.
Let's see if it comes back down.
7,800 contracts on DB, Deutsche Bank.
The Wayfair is still moving up. Like I said, it probably is going to go back up there on 88 around there. That would have been a nice trade. Now we're at 286 on this WLL.
Trump, in an interview, says China is handling the coronavirus professionally.
And you'll notice, like on my videos, or, you know, once you have time to sit down with me, the majority of my trades are always on the short side. Okay? 9 times out of 10, I will be looking to short a stock. Okay? It's just my style of trading. A lot of people go long. I usually go short on stocks.
CANF, Can Fight, getting a pop here to the high, $1.27.
And right now I'm up a dime on WLL. That would have been an easy $1,000, $1,100 now.
GMPX, Genprex, another pop here, 238, hit a high of $2.58 earlier, GMPX.
Kind of want to sit and wait and play this out, but I really got to go. So anyway, I will check it out when I get back, this WLL. I do expect it to break and probably come down to about midway. Come back up and then retest this low. Hopefully some of this makes sense to you. I'll do some more. There we go. Now we're back up. 282. Once it breaks here, it's over. Like, forget about it. It's going down. And that's that. Anyway, I hope this helped. You got your 2 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute for intraday. And then daily